Life changes frequently. The individuals that thrive are those that demonstrate a capacity to adapt and rise to the challenges being presented. Take our communication devices as an example. Many of us utilize smartphones to meet our communication and networking needs. I use an iPhone. Over the course of the last 5 or 6 years, we've had several different iPhone upgrades, increasing the technology with each new iteration. Many people understand the importance of being current as it relates to the convenient gadgets that we carry, but we don't place the same priority on our elected officials to ensure that our interests are properly represented in the current environment. Far too frequently, many elected officials promote the same old and recycled ideas. There's a well-established old guard of elected officials in office that were acculturated in a time of segregation and civil rights struggle throughout our community. While being respectful of our past and paying homage to those that came before us, we have to forward our agenda in an era that requires the focus and attention of issues related strictly to the present time. We appreciate the trailblazers that paved the road for individuals like myself, but many of them are using archaic approaches to leadership and employing the dated principles and ideas that were learned growing up in the pre-civil rights era. However, this is a very different day and time that we're living in. Why would we choose an elected official that isn't even fully reachable on a wide array of platforms like Facebook, Twitter, or other forms of social media to ensure that they are currently getting a pulse of those that they represent in Dover? We need to ensure that constituents have a central location to understand what legislation and policy is being supported by our elected officials. The 16th District needs new leadership that will promote new strategies to addressing complex issues in our community and implement new ideas and programs that address the current issues. In the 60s and 70s, people marched in the streets. That was relevant and necessary back then, and it worked to progress our country along. But the modern struggle throughout our district is not seated in civil inequality. It is in the disparity in our unemployment rate, the educational inequality in our schools, and the instances of crime that threatens the quality of life in our community. A telltale sign of a career politician is the visibly stagnant growth in our communities. As a person born and bred in the 16th District, I can recall the days when the district was thriving. That ship has sailed. It is now time to replace that old guard and usher in the new era. People like myself that will embrace all methods to communicate with the constituents and forward a modern agenda. Elect me on November 4th, and you will usher in the modern era for the 16th District.